Welcome to Rat Girls Podcast. I'm Abigail Jensen, and today we are joined by Gigi Magree. She is a singer, a performer. You've performed at Lollapalooza, Coachella, and you have a new album out on October 22nd.
I do.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I'm obsessed with your song Bleed, which is from the new album.
Yes, that song. I actually did my girlfriend surprised me. She's a pole dancing instructor, and she did a class on it last night. So I got to the class, and she was like, she's like, come and take my class, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, oh my God, yay. And I get there, and she's like, surprise, we're doing Gigi's song. And I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. So it was sick. Yeah, that song was actually like probably one of the fastest songs I've ever written.
Really?
Yeah.
What inspired it?
Pole dancing for sure.
Great.
Yeah, I'm
full circle.
Super into it. It's like, for me, it's like, I'm really into fitness, and it's like the hardest thing that I just like, my brain sometimes just cannot wrap myself around it. So, but I'm getting really good. And like when you learn how to do crazy tricks, you're just like, and then you flow like a ballerina. It's just like effortless. It's the sexiest stuff.
I imagine it's a lot of ab.
It's a lot of ab and a lot of upper body.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of don't use your legs at all.
That's interesting. Yeah, they're like floating around.
They just like flop around, but like you have to keep your toes pointed. So yeah, I think that when I was getting really into pole dancing, I was like, obviously like I have like a pole dancing playlist because I have a pole in my bedroom at home. Cool. And I was like, damn, like thinking of like, like 9 Inch Nails Closer and songs like that are more like industrially inspired. And then I have this like insane fascination with like the metaphor of like cannibalism and love.
Interesting.
When you love, like
you want to eat them.
Yeah.
It's like you look at a little doggy and you're like, you're so cute, I want to eat you.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's kind of what inspired the whole album, I guess, when I was falling in love and, blah, blah, blah.
It's like, how can I be even closer to you?
Get inside
What if you were in my stomach?
What if I just wore you? I just watched that movie Together. Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard it's disturbing. I like a horror, but
body horror.
Yeah, body horror is hard for me.
It's pretty crazy. Like they get in skin and like, I don't know, like I like, I'm not really like freaked out by anything. Yeah. So like that kind of stuff, I'm like, fuck it, let's go. But yeah.
Yeah, I just found out that, because Jesse and I, my husband, we like to do like horror nights or like go to Not Scary Farm.
Or Sinespia or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I found out that horror nights, their main thing is going to be Terrifier.
Oh.
Which, have you watched Terrifier?
No.
It's like such a insane body gory horror that
is
apparently...
Is it new?
It came out a few years ago, but apparently people like throw up and leave the theater. And I was like, I'm going to skip.
Oh my God, I need to watch this.
Yeah, it's so up your alley.
Like, when I was watching Bones and all, everyone was like, no. And I'm like, it's fine. And they're like, they're crunching. And I'm like, whatever.
Was that the Timothy Chalamet one?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I loved it.
Oh, I need to watch it.
It's really good. It's like romantic and cute, but like also like super twisted.
Yeah, also we're eating each other.
Yeah, because it's like, well, they're not eating each other. They're eating others. Yeah.
Gotcha. In the name of love? Or
just in the name of love, to stay alive, basically.
Kind of like vampire-esque.
Super vampire-esque. Like I'm obsessed with like The Lost Boys. That's like one of my favorite movies growing up.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
The your song Bleed, I put on I have a romantasy playlist for like songs. It's so specific. It's like songs for if you were in a romantasy doing a training montage and you're like in love at, but also mad at like the love interest, basically.
It's very,
it's
very specific.
It has like 70 songs on there. I listen to it when I work out, and it's very like, let's do this.
Let's eat people.
Totally. It Bleed's on there because it totally fits the vibe.
Yeah, no, my whole album is very like sexy and gory and like, it's like, I don't know, it's like industrial inspired metal with an EDM punk flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's really, the songs you have on it already out are like so fun. And,
Thank you.
And so like, again, I like to listen to them at the gym because I'm just like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I just released my favorite music video I've ever done too with Wet Dreams. It's like basically like about going to like a sex club, and it's like an LGBTQ sex club because that's like, what I would go to. And it's just like the way that something like that can make me feel more at home than going to like a normal nightclub.
Yeah.
Because like they're like, I feel like people at like sex clubs and obviously the LGBTQ community makes me feel more free. Totally. When you go to a club, everyone's like trying to be something that they're not. When you go to like a place like that, you're just like liberated and free.
That's why I love the sex like positivity scene and just like being part of being the bi and the community, you know, because it's like.
Wait, you're bi?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yay. Hi, girlies. Bi with a husband.
Love it. I mean, it works. It works. I've been bi with a boyfriend, you know?
There you go.
I've been bi with a girlfriend.
Yes.
So.
We could duality.
Yes.
The duality of
I
woman.
literally have that tattooed on me.
Oh my
so
God,
yes.
I'm dead. It's
yes.
perfect. Yeah, but I think there's something about like you've already had to break down these barriers. Mm-hmm. And so you show up to these places like raw and kind of open and like already understanding of each other because you had to be so understanding of yourself.
And also like body, I think that like the world is so judgmental, and I feel like in places like that, like you're going to like just dance.
Yeah.
You're not going because you want to look cute or you want to like, I don't know, table service. I don't even know what these clubs do anymore because I don't go to them. But like you know what I mean? You're just going to have like a really good time. And like I think that when there's like the added element, you know, I just got back from Berlin. I spent a lot of time in Germany.
Great.
And I go to like Berghain and Kit Kat and places like that, and there's like nothing else in the world like it. Like even like getting in, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get in, and I always get in. But you know, you have that like rush of like, I'm not cool enough, I'm not worthy. And then you know you get in, and everyone there is just like doing their thing. Like no one cares. Like no one's trying to be anything.
It's like shedding expectations of anyone. Like you're not, it's like what they tell you at the gym in like a workout class. Like don't worry about what you look like because no one's paying attention.
Literally. Like you can, in a workout class, like I'm like, I feel like I did Pilates today and my instructor was like, yes, Gigi, breathe. Because I didn't even realize that. I was like, like doing the gnarliest, like intense breathing because it was so hard.
Yeah.
But I think that that's like, like relating it. It's like when you're just so much in your own space that like all you want to do is just like be you.
Yeah. And like being free to like inhabit your body. And I feel like that's
no one's like looking at you being like, oh, I'm gonna get on that.
Totally.
They're just like, I mean, definitely like, you know, you're in a place like the first time I went to Kit Kat, I remember like I was like in like a nude bodysuit and I was like, damn, like this is like the most naked I've ever been in a club.
Yeah.
And like, you know, at first, like I'm a pretty nudie girl. At first you're kind of like, woo, this is so cheeky. And then you walk in and like everyone's just naked. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And like no one's like
all naked.
Literally, I'm like
no
walking
one
around.
especially.
I know. Everyone's like, we're all naked. I'm just like, oh, usually it's just me. That's fine. But
I guess we can all get attention for being naked.
Right. I'm like usually one at the party that's like taking their top off and everyone's like, put your top on. I'm like, no, make me. But yeah, I don't even know where we were talking about that.
No, but it's nice to find your people where you can feel free around and like with the sex positive community and like the LGBTQ community, I think that
they just go hand in hand. It's just like, I feel like it's also because like it's essentially two things that like have been like shunned upon for like so long that it's like because of like repressed shit from other fucking
No, you're allowed to cuss on this. No, you're very much allowed to cuss on here. We welcome it.
What's that thing? Yeah, I cuss a little.
I cuss a little. Miranda Cosgrove.
It's Brittany, bitch.
Yes. Oh my God, I have word bitch tattooed on my son.
You do?
Yeah. Because of Brittany. You know?
My God, I'm obsessed. But yeah, I think it's because it's like, you know, like two things that kind of been like, whatever. Like, it's just like when people don't understand, when people can't understand something, they just like diss it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're just stupid and close-minded.
Totally. And like, that's the least happy you're going to be is if you're not curious about other people. Like,
literally.
The happiest people are people who are open to new experiences.
Everything,
and new things.
Yeah.
And that makes me want to ask you before we get into our main cheese, when you're PR, when I talked to your PR person, they said that you talk to the spirit world.
I do.
Tell me about this because I'm so curious. I'm witchy in the way of like fuck J.K. Rowling, but like Harry Potter witchy. Like that's like, you know, I'm not like actually witchy where I've committed besides having a few Harry Potter ones.
I guess it started for me when I was like 8 years old. And I used to see like a lot of ghosts and things like that. And then my grandmother passed over in like a really tragic way. And she kind of started coming to me in like just times when I would be like going through something and I would like feel her like touching me. Whoa. And then I would like see her in places and things like that. And then during COVID, I got super into witchcraft, like super into it. And then I shot a movie, which is out on Tubi, called Dead Hot. And when we were doing that, it's kind of like the beginner's guide to witchcraft. So we were working with like a lot of mediums and a lot of other witches and things like that. And like kind of just like, if you're ever looking to get into witchcraft, it's a really good movie to watch because you can kind of figure out like what direction you want to go.
What's it called?
It's called Dead Hot.
Dead Heart. I'm going to watch this later.
Season of the Witch.
Okay.
And I started working with a Ouija board.
Whoa.
And I got extremely obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like sometimes when I do it and my housemate has done it with me, like I don't touch it and it moves.
When you say you see ghosts, like in my mind, I'm picturing like, you know, the sheets and the like what do they look like? It's
more like they're more shadow figures, but you more understand it's like an exchange of energy. So like I will see something in a corner of my eye and I'll be like, oh my God, my grandma's here.
Whoa.
Yeah, because you understand like different types of energy. It's like, you know, when you're walking and someone is walking behind you and you get scared.
Totally.
That's like the energy feeling. So it's like, but with working with like the other side, it's like, you just like, I don't know, like I'm so in tune with my body that when like sometimes I see them in my room, like I probably see like one a month in my room or something like that. And if I'm trying to go to sleep and they're just like irritating me or like I just see like a go past, I'm like, get out.
You say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you tell it to leave, it's going to leave.
That's what I've heard is like you can banish them if you want.
Yeah, it's not like, you know, people are so like, oh, hexes and this and that. It's like, if you play with dark magic will play with you type thing. Like, you know, so it's just like, if you tell something to leave, it's always going to leave. If you are working with crystals and energies and things like that, like you can get, you know, stuff away from you. Like I've never had, you know, I was in the movie you see, like I was grabbed by like a figure or a ghost or something. I don't know. I was grabbed by an object and I had like a burn hand mark on my shoulder and I had it there for like 3 days.
No way.
Yeah.
What? So have you ever felt scared before?
That time I felt scared because it hurt.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand. Yeah. But basically like it was my bad because like we were ghost hunting and I was in a room where someone had burned to death. And I kept seeing, I was downstairs like watching it on a TV and I kept seeing this like object and I was like, oh, they're in the wrong spot. So I ran upstairs and I ran straight into the spot. And when I ran into the spot, it grabbed me. And that's it. Like, it's just the spirit trying to tell me like, this is what it felt like when I passed. You're in my space.
Yeah, they're communicating to you. Okay.
Yeah. So it's never like, you know, it's never like I'm like, I'll be standing there and I'll just see a full on, like, they're more like shadow figures and energies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like, you know, I've taken a baby pause on working with Ouija because it was becoming a little bit too much in my life. Like I was like asking for like everything.
Oh my God, I was
dead.
Like, it's like the
I was
people
like, should I go on a date with this boy? You know,
it's like the people who go through like ChatGPT psychosis.
Literally,
like, it's you and the spirits.
Me and the spirits. And then like my old housemate at the time, like my best friend who now lives in Berlin, she would walk outside and she would be like, so what are we asking the spirits today? And it's just like, you know, I had to, it was controlling like too many life decisions that I was making.
Wow.
So,
like spirit council, do you have like spirits you'd go to
I have
over and over again?
Okay. And then I have like my spirit guides.
Okay.
And then I talk to my grandma a lot.
That's
and then
really
my
great.
Best friend passed when I was like 18. So I talk to him a lot. But I've always been so connected to the spirit world. Yeah. Like ever since like the first time I actually did a show, I played at Red Rocks. So it was my first show ever in the States. And
what a great first show.
I know. I was like, is every venue in America like this? But next show was not like that at all.
You got
it was
like
150 people in a dive bar. But I said to, you know, I like did like a little prayer and I was like, this is dedicated to like my best friend who passed. And I was like, you know, if you see this, like, let me know. And I've done Red Rocks 5 times. And every time I've done it, I've had a rainbow.
No way.
Yeah. So it'll rain for like anywhere from like 5 minutes to 30 seconds during my set, I've had a rainbow every time.
So it's also like looking for signs, like being open to signs.
Yeah. I feel like the more, it's like anything in life though, like the more, you know, I'm the biggest believer in like the universe is guiding you, just trust it. And so it's like the more like, you know when you're with someone toxic and you just keep trying to jam yourself in their life.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You're just like, it will work. I will force it to work. It's like the universe is never going to allow that.
Yeah.
So like, it's like, you know, if you're open to life's possibilities, the greatest like gifts are going to happen. I keep going to swear and I'm like,
no, you're allowed to swear.
I know. I'm just trying to be like polite, you know? You know?
You're awesome. You can say cunt here.
Oh my God.
The spirit world. Yeah. So do you do hexes at all? Sorry, I know you're not here, but I'm just so curious. I know you're not here to talk about this, but I'm like so curious.
Yeah,
about
ask me all the questions.
Hexes or spells or any of that. You weren't like
I do spell work, but I don't do any dark magic. I only do like light magic, like white magic.
Okay.
And that's just like working with
like
like
Gandalf the Great.
Yeah. I work with like a lot of herbs, crystals, manifestations, burning, you know, like calling out to your ancestors. And yeah, I work with like 2 goddesses. I work with Persephone and Diana. They're like my leading ladies. They kind of like whenever I'm asking for things, I give them offerings.
Is Persephone from the Hades underworld tale, and then Diana, is that war or a god of?
I'm pretty sure she's a Greek god.
Greek god? Okay.
Yeah. I only work with like I work with them for the things that I know that I need from them. Like I'm a like very like I love plants. And Diana is like all about fertility and life and like plants and like regrowth and things like that.
Well, that probably takes us to the main cheese. That probably helps your music because you're like creating life with your songs and like putting your energy into them. So tell me about like how your music and sexuality go hand in hand.
You know, it's so funny. Like, I have like a couple of girlfriends in the music industry that they're in the electronic scene. They're always like to me, like, the flag that you carry being like a sexual woman for the industry is like kind of crazy. And I don't even think of it like that because it's just like who I am at the core. Like, I feel like, you know, like there's a difference between like trying to be something and just being something. And I'm so grateful that like I am the person that is leading that because I just like it is who I am at the core. Like I was, you know, always brought up to just be myself. And I feel like for a lot of my career, for the first like maybe 5 or 6 years, I was told not to be this version that I am today. They were like, I was very, very repressed. Like it was
interesting.
It was like, don't dress slutty because no one will take you seriously.
Yeah.
Don't talk about sex because like, don't have anyone want to fuck you because no one will take you seriously.
Wow.
Don't have a boyfriend.
Don't have a girlfriend saying this or okay, yeah.
And you know, and it also came down to my music, like sing about things that are light and fluffy and digestible. And then it's like I had just been going through my career and had a bunch of shit happen, and then COVID happened, and I was just kind of like, who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Because you had time to sit with yourself. Probably.
Yeah, and like fired my whole team and just like kind of started from the bottom. Started from the bottom. And, you know, when I started to really step into who I am, like, and be this like version of myself that is like, you know, like tits out, loud, vocal, sexual, like, I'll just do what I want. Like, that's when I fell in love with myself. And at the end of the day, that's like, amazing. If I don't love myself, like, why the fuck should anyone else love me?
RuPaul.
You know, really?
Yes. He says if you can't love yourself. Wait, I'm going to fuck it up. But you said it. You said it.
Hell yeah. Love that. Let's go, RuPaul. Yeah. And I think that, you know, being a woman in this industry, being anyone that's other than like a straight male, we just have to be louder. We have to give more. We have to really know who we are way earlier. We're not allowed to just like figure it out on the way. We have to stand there and stand like really, really strong and be like, this is who I am. This is what I stand for. And, you know, like within that, like, I know that like with my project, it is like made for everyone, obviously, because I believe like heavily in inclusivity, but like, you know, like what's his name in fucking middle of America, who's a Republican, is not going to listen to my shit.
Right.
Because like,
you know your audience.
Yeah, I know my audience.
And you know who you want in your audience.
Exactly. Exactly. And, yeah, I think that just, I don't know, developing as an artist, I feel like women, especially like I love what Sabrina Carpenter is doing. Like, I think that it's getting louder because we have to be louder because there's more at stake now, like especially with everything that's going on in America.
Totally.
You know, and as an artist, like if you don't have a voice for something, like you don't deserve to have a platform.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing this for? Why are you here?
Yeah.
What do you want to take up space for?
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like I'm just there to like, you know, if anyone has like ever struggled and been told like you're too much or like don't take up space because like this person also needs space, it's like there is so much fucking space.
Yeah, we have
take
space
it
for
all
days.
up, like own as much of it as you can, because it's like, you know, I feel like I know what it feels like to not, and I know what it feels like to be like hella confused and be like, but it's not my fault. Like I look like this. It's not my fault. Like I like to feel free and naked. That's not my fault. Like, and being told that I can't be those things is like, I hated myself.
Totally.
I hated music. I hated touring. I hated everything.
What was your vibe before you like fully embraced yourself?
Oh, I would do like big boiler suits.
Wow.
Yeah, like fully closed.
Wow.
And huge big t-shirts, which I still wear big t-shirts, but like, yeah, and I was very much like, I would put my hair in braids, like no makeup, like very, very, very different to who I am now. Like, and just more like I would sing, you know, I've always been super dark. So like all my like lyrics and you know, concepts that I come up with when I'm songwriting or like any kind of concept to come up with art, it's very like much more on the darker side. Like I'm not a light person, but when I was told to like write about like happy love, I'd always be like, what?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like who knows what happy love feels like, because at the end of the day, like love always comes to an end. And at the end, it's never happy. Like who's ever had a clean breakup?
I mean, that's a great perspective for meaningful music and good music. And what was the straw? Because you said during COVID and stuff, but like, what was the straw that broke the camel's back that you're like, fuck that, I'm just being totally myself?
A break. I think that I was touring, like I moved to America. So basically like I wrote a really big EDM song that I didn't really know how big it was until I moved here. And everyone was like, oh my God. And then I kept writing like all these really big dubstep hits.
Cool.
So I got put in this like world of like dubstep music.
Interesting.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
I did dubstep for, you know, probably 6 years of my career, 6 or 7 years of my career. And then COVID happened and I was able to kind of be like, all right, why doesn't this feel good? Like, why like when I finish, do I feel fake? When I'm up there, do I like laugh at myself because I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I would be like, if I don't like genuinely connect with what I'm doing, like, why am I doing this? And I think that that's like the difference between who I am now and who I was back then, is because like now when I perform, like you can see I'm like giggling to myself 24/7, like being like, I'm having the greatest time, and you can literally put me in front of 20 people and I'm still going to give you the same performance that I give to 20,000 people, because at the end of the day, it's like, I love what I do so much. Like,
and that's so important.
Yeah. But I think that you get lost in the source.
Yes.
You get lost in like, you know, like I feel like this like whole music industry, it's like when you're an artist and you really want it so bad, like, and you have people in your ear being like, whoa, you know, like you can make it if you do this or if you be like this or blah, blah, blah. It's like, you do it.
Yeah. It's
like, you just do it until you know who you are.
Yeah. And you have to go back. Yeah. I like that you like went back and discovered who you, like why you started doing it in the first place. Like that does get lost along the way.
Yeah.
With no matter like what people's creative projects are. I do think at some point, like, unfortunately we live in a capitalist society, like capitalism comes in and then there's the influence of the patriarchy, and like, it's just like getting down to like, why am I here? What am I saying?
What's your purpose?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that just gets, when you have so many people pulling you in different directions, they just take from you and you're forever getting taken from, and then you just like become like a shell, and then you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, then COVID happened, and I kind of, I got rid of my team and I started rebuilding again. And my first project after COVID was much more industrial. And then I went through another kind of breakthrough moment when I started writing my album. My album took me 2.5 years to write.
Nice.
It's crazy. It's been a really, really crazy journey. I was also steered in multiple different directions from multiple different team members.
Interesting.
And it wasn't until I like started working with the label that I'm at. And they just kind of were like, who are you? What do you want?
Yeah.
And I kind of talked to them about it, and they're like, you're like the Charlie XCX of 9 Inch Nails.
I love it.
And I was like, I'm gonna throw up on myself. This is so hard. This is so hard.
But when you discover that about yourself, did it start flowing? Like, is that when it became like, oh, yes?
I knew that, but I feel like I'd always been so scared to tell people who I am. Mm-hmm. Like, musically, I feel like, you know, like, even my last manager, like, he wanted me to be something that I didn't want to be. And when you're with, you know, when you have someone that really believes in you, you're like, do I just like do what they want? Yeah. Because like they say it's really good. Totally. And like I should just trust that it's really good. Mm-hmm. Right? And then you're like, no, because like I'm just repeating cycles. Yeah. And you know, like it wasn't until like, my label came along and they were kind of like, they just saw me and they're like, Gigi, like, do you give us your body of work that's mm-hmm. you. And I also work with like this one guy, his name's Duncan Murray, and he's like my musical soulmate. And he, like, I would be fucked if I didn't have him. Oh my God.
It's so nice that you found each other.
Whoa. Like, it's so crazy as well. Like, I'm a really big believer in like manifesting and drawing things into your life. And I was watching this Shania Twain documentary. And
Shania Twain.
Oh my God. Huge fan.
So great.
And she was, you know, saying that how when she met her husband, Mutt, like he helped her write like all her biggest hits, mm-hmm. like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, and pretty much every one of her biggest hits. And I remember watching that and I remember being like, oh man, like I just want to find my Mutt, but like I don't want it to be a relationship. Yeah. Because I've dated way too many band boys and DJs. And then about a month later, I did this session and Duncan came into my session and he wasn't even supposed to be in there. Yeah. My friend was like, hey, I'm going to bring a friend in. Do you mind if he comes and like just hangs? And we just like meshed. And he helped me write my whole album. He has pretty much awesome. Every single song on my album. And he was the one that was like, Gigi, like, who do you want to be? Where do you want to stand? And now the body of work that is my album is like the most me version of me you're ever going to get. And it also like, how we did it is like, I'd written 52 songs. Wow. 52 then got put down to 12. Then I submitted my album, then I took it back. And I wrote 6 new songs. Oh my God. That are the last 6 on the album. Great. Yeah, because I just like, again, like had this like, and I don't know, I guess a lot of artists do that. Maybe I'm just like confused or like maybe I like to change a lot, but like I had this vision of exactly how I wanted to sound and who I wanted to be viewed as. And I wanted people to feel like when they listen to my music, they feel like alive. So that's like I added like a lot of more 4 to the floor and just made it more upbeat than so dark and heavy. Yeah. I definitely feel that when I listen to your music, the songs you've released. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's so important because that you've just like, that people go to just being themselves, because I think audiences can tell. And like I'm gonna resonate with you more as you being authentic, because I crave authenticity. Yeah. Than I would resonate with you pretending to be something you're not. Like even when we do music video shoots and stuff like that, like I don't do rehearsals or like anything like that, because I know these songs, like I know this feeling because I fucking wrote them. Yeah. When I see people doing like rehearsals for like music videos, I'm like, what? I'm like, you just didn't write it yourself. That's and that's okay. That's okay. I'm a songwriter, so I get it. Let me write it for you. But like, I'm just like, you know, I think that that's the difference between like when you see artists like Sabrina Carpenter, like I'm going to bring her up because I just think that what she's doing is just like so big and so loud. Totally. And I'm like so for it. Like it's almost drag. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like, you know, even like Chapel and like there's just so many cool, like you look at all the biggest artists in the world right now and they're all fucking female. They're all female. They're all taking up space. Billy, Charlie. And they're all so clear in their voice. So clear. And what they're saying. Yeah. And I feel like that's the thing. Like a lot of artists aren't clear and they're just trying to bop about and put themselves into holes until a hole clicks and then they'll go there. And not to call anyone, we can cut this if you do, but Benson Boone, like it feels like
AI, like,
I don't know. I don't really know much of his
okay,
shit.
he's just like my mom's obsessed
His
with him.
voice is crazy.
He has a
though.
great
His voice. Is crazy.
voice. My mom
He does backflips
would
and
die
shit.
for him. Yeah, he does backflips, which white men could be doing worse things. So like, do that. But it sounds like he put his music into like a AI generator and was like, hey, just like see what the most people would like, which I feel like when you're...
Has that come out that he's done that? Because I feel like I've seen this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think anything specifics come out that he's done it, but... Oh, I'm sorry, but...
I'll just kick you.
I was like, let's see.
No, I swear to God, I saw this yesterday when I was looking at something and they were like, Benson Boone AI.
Maybe maybe it was just a vibe I got and is also the truth because it does. I feel like when you're more specific, it actually resonates with people more than when you're general and trying to reach as many people as possible.
That's the scary thing about AI. Like, it doesn't have a heartbeat, so it doesn't come from a place that's real. It just comes from a place that's general.
Totally,
which is fine because music in itself is general, but like, you can't create from a place that doesn't have a heartbeat
or a perspective.
It needs a pulse.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I feel like, I don't know, like, I don't mind ChatGPT because I like to ask it, like, weird questions. So,
like instead of the spirits, now you're ChatGPT.
No, like, I'll be like, I ask things like, how many active serial killers are there in the US?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
just like your everyday thoughts.
Just everyday thoughts, you know, I'm just a girl. I was ChatGPTing something yesterday. I can't remember what it was. And I was just like, what am I doing?
Like, that's like
a skincare routine.
Yeah. It's what Wikipedia rabbit holes used to be, kind of.
Yeah. I you know, like, I think it's good for knowledge, but I don't think it's good for art.
No, definitely not good for art.
Yeah.
I don't know if technically even yet if people can use ChatGPT for art because I think it's still pulling, like, I don't know if there's copyright issues because if it pulls inspo from other places.
Spotify took down 75 million AI songs.
There were already people are so quick on it. Oh my God.
I mean, you can, I can't remember the statistics. We can look it up on ChatGPT. But the amount of people, I think there's like, it's like an insane.
Our salvation and our damnation.
ChatGPT. It's like the amount of songs I get put on Spotify and put on Apple Music like a day is like something insane, you know? Because you just need to throw it up there.
Totally.
Like there's no like, it's not gonna like, you know, they'll if you're putting up like, even though, because there's like porn and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure on Spotify. Whoa. You know, you can look up erotic. Exotic. Erotic. Because I've definitely done it, you know, when you're trying to like, you're going through the drive-through with someone and like they're ordering and you just like put on the erotic playlist. Yeah. And it's just like, in the back where they're like, can I get a Frappuccino?
Yeah. It's like, Starbucks workers like, this is why we unionize.
What? Yeah.
Customers are crazy.
I mean, I don't know what you do to your friends. I'm super normal.
So what came first? You discovering yourself and like your creative side and your sound, or discovering your sexuality, or did they feed each other?
All fed each other.
Yeah.
The way that my album came about is like super kind of twisted and weird, but also makes sense because it's so me. I basically so as I said, like I've written this album and like in that I was in like a toxic situationship with this person and I was in a very, very dark place, but I didn't really know that I was in it. And then I wrote this like short. So I met this girl, her name is Sean Cooper. And I met her when I was doing a Renegade set on the Williamsburg Bridge. We just like pull up CDJs and we start DJing.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my God, like I'm obsessed with you. She's like, I love your music. She's like, we should do a music video. And I was like, fuck a music video. Let's write a short film. And she's like, when are you going to be in New York next? And I was like, I'm going to be back in Philly in 3 weeks. I was like, do you think we can do it in 3 weeks? And she was like, hell fucking yeah, we can.
Amazing.
So I wrote a short film and me and Sean and this other girl, Buttons, who we brought in, we ended up shooting a short film, which is now the short film to my album. But I shot that before I knew completely what I wanted my album to sound like. So then we shot that and it's really cool. Like, you know, we didn't have any funding. We used like all the cast members and all the crew was in the LGBT community. Like it's pretty beautiful. And then I remember like sitting down and listening to what I'd submitted as my album. And I was like, this has no sex in it. I was like, this doesn't make me want to fuck myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I stand for? And I was like, I stand for the girls that like look at the mirror before they go out and they're like, damn, I look so like, you know, when you look really fucking hot and you're just like, oh. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like, damn, like if I was a fucking girl or boy and I saw me in the club, I'd be like, oh,
That's the confidence we want everyone to have.
Yeah, but that's how you should feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I want people to feel like that. Like, I want girls to put on like, you know, Wet Dreams and you know, Siren and songs that I have that make you like, or when you're fucking someone that makes you feel hot. Like, you know, like when you sometimes when I'm fucking, I listen to like the Arctic Monkeys and I'm just like, it's just so sexy.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good.
It adds to everything.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
You know, like that's why I like songs like Bleed and stuff like that. Like I want people to listen to my stuff and not feel sad.
Totally.
And a lot of my album was like, I love you, love me back. Why don't you love me? Ouchie, you hurt my heart. You know, like, and there's still a lot of that on there, but I kind of took off every song that was like super sad and super like poor me, because like that's not who I am. Like I'm not a poor me person. I was just like stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
And changed it to this like super powerful, like, this is what I stand for. This is who I am. Like, you know, if you've ever been told no, like fucking ride with me because I'll show you how to say yes.
That's amazing. That's such an amazing, like, we need that. We need people just loving themselves and
I love
just like not
so
doubting themselves.
Yeah. And I feel like right now I'm in a place in my life that like I've never been more certain of who I am.
That's
I've never
amazing.
been more me. I've never been more proud of myself.
That's awesome.
I've never been like able to like, when I walk into a room, I own my space completely. Like I used to like be like, oh, like maybe I'll just shrink a little bit because like my ex is over there and I don't want him to like, you know, I want to give him, and I'm like, fuck that. Like now when I walk in, I'm like, everyone knows who I am and I don't even have to do anything. It's just because of my aura. You know what I mean?
How'd you get there?
A lot of self-work.
Yeah.
A lot of journaling, a lot of therapy.
We love.
Yeah. A lot of my friends are the greatest. My family's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I just like, I really tore myself apart. Like I like went in and like, you know, like I was recently like in a really, really, really beautiful thing with this German boy who's like insanely beautiful, but it's just never going to work. But you know, we got into an argument because I did some fuck shit to him. And like, as soon as I did it, I was able to like, be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I don't know where that came from. I just acted like an idiot because I was feeling this type of way. And like, for me to be able to be that self-aware of where that came from and why that came from, I was like, hell fucking yes.
Yes.
You know, so like, I'm at a point now in my life that like, I'm just so self-aware of like, myself. And even my therapist is like, you know, I have therapy like now I have it once a month, but like back then I was having it, you know, when I was going through things like every week, and she's like, you don't need me. And I'm just like, okay,
it's
great.
like she's ready to release
you,
she's like a bird releasing into the world.
You're done. She's like, and I think that that's the thing. Like I think people almost want to not fix themselves because they want to give a reason to not be happy, because it's easy to be miserable and to blame like your misery on things and people and the world and whatever it is, than to just like really work through it and see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Totally. And work through those demons and be like when you're...
Everyone's got them.
Everyone's got them. I'm a huge fan of my feelings wheel. Like I look at it, you know...
I don't know what a feelings wheel is.
My therapist gave it to me because one of my big things... I got a lot of big feelings. And sometimes I don't know how to identify them. And like half the battle is knowing what you're feeling and then knowing where it comes from, like you did with the German boy. Like, so be like, okay, this is like... Okay, I'm feeling angry. Let's go into it deeper. It's like, okay, I'm feeling hurt. And like, the why is like, oh, this is a scar from my childhood because like,
what's this
trigger? Fear of being abandoned. And like, and then you dissect it and you're like, oh.
And then it makes sense because you're like, oh, so I'm just lashing out because of this thing. And the only way for me to not do that anymore is to stop the cycle.
Yes.
It's like I quit smoking, right? And everyone's like, how did you do it? You just stop.
You just have to start.
You just
start to stop.
You just have to start again.
You have to start stopping.
But it's just self-awareness. And I feel like the more self-aware you are, You know, like my friends are always like to me, like, you're the therapist of the group, because they all come to me with all their problems, because like, one, I love to listen. Two, I'm not afraid to tell people that they're wrong, or like, you know, like some of my friends like come on, they'll be like, oh, I did this. And I'm like, well, you fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, and the only way to do it is to like either like own up to your fuckery or never do your fuckery again. You know, like that. I mean, obviously there's other ways to go around things, but like, I think that it just, you can't be afraid of like yourself, your feelings. And it's like, even when I'm in like really dark, you know, I'm human. So we all go through like dark periods in our life. But even when I'm in dark periods of my life, like I'm never afraid to feel everything that's there. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. Like this is like sad. And this is like why I feel sad. And it's like, okay, cool. I'm just going to sit in this feeling, and I'm going to write about it, and I'm going to paint about it. And I'm going to like try and use every creative outlet that I can, so that eventually I'll crawl out of it. And I always do.
Yeah.
You know, you always do. There's always light at the end of any fucking tunnel. It's like a toxic breakup, like a depression cycle, fucking period. Like, you know,
I know.
Anything that you go through, like, you're just life's motions.
Yeah. I love that you mentioned community and like your friends and your family, because I think that gets lost sometimes in self-care. Like sometimes I think people wellness too close to the sun, where they're like, I gotta go to bed at 9 p.m., you know, and I gotta, I can't go out and have a drink, or like whatever, or go to dinner even, because it's not healthy. But it's like, to me, I think the most important aspect of self-care is community, and being able to be around people where you can be fully yourself and know that that's loved, and like get that.
Love doesn't have a price.
Yeah, exactly. Just know that there are people out there, if you are fully yourself, who are still your community.
And if you're not, like, if you're fully being yourself and people are judging you and not seeing you, get the fuck away from them. You know, it's like, I feel like that's what I had to do with my, like, everyone that was around me at that period of my life. I had to get rid of them. And then I found my group of friends during this. I found my group of friends during COVID. Like, what?
That's so crazy. Like, that's so hard to do.
I know,
I know. Incredible you're able to do that.
I found my best friends, like, and they're all like, they're all queer, and they're all artists, and they're all very much themselves. And the crazy thing is like, everyone is main character as fuck. Every single one of my friends is a main character.
Yeah.
There's so much space.
Yeah.
There's so much space.
Totally.
And this is, you know, that also helped me, like, you know, realize that, like, when I take up space, it's okay. Because I feel like I was so used to being like, oh, I'll take up space, but I'll save some for this person so that they feel loved, and this person so that they feel loved, and making sure that this person here feels loved. And it's like, now when you're in my life, you know you're loved.
Totally.
I don't have to prove my love to you.
And how cool seeing other people do it.
Yeah.
And have that be like, oh, I can live this way too.
Like, if I need anything, my friends are there at the drop of the hat. Like, if I call any one of my friends and I'm like, hey, I'm stuck, help, and they'll do anything.
Awesome.
And I've never had that, like, and I'm just so grateful. I hope that everyone in their life finds a group like that I've got.
Totally.
You know?
Well, yeah, because it's just such a huge part of being confident in being yourself.
And being able to be fine with failing.
Yeah.
Because my friends are just like, well, whatever, go again.
Yeah,
and I'm just
again.
like, hell yeah, all right, I'll try again.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's all of life. Like, just keep trying again until you figure it out.
Yeah.
And so what part of your sexuality inspired this album? Like, you were talking about wanting to eat people. Like, was it like, is that like, how do you discover that aspect of yourself?
I guess it just comes down to, like, I honestly don't know where that little beast came from.
Did it come from vampires and Buffy? Because we love Buffy here.
Yeah, we do. But I honestly don't know. I feel like it's just like an extension of myself, that like I'm like a gory little bitch. And like I think that meshing that and like sexuality together, and like I love sexuality more than I actually like sex.
Cool. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I love the concept of it. I love the freedom of it. I love the way it looks visually. I love everything about it. Like, I live and breathe sexuality. Like, for me, it's like the ultimate escapism. It's freedom. It's literally freedom. That's literally what it is. And I think that, like, the more freer I got, the more I just like kept crawling down this like rabbit hole of like cannibalism, and I don't know, like, it's not like I'm out here being like, eat people.
In your songs.
But it's like, I feel like there's just like such a well where I'm like, I'm a big lover. Like when I love, like, it's like my friends, like, and my partners, like when I'm in, I'm so in, and like, you don't get a smidgen, you get it all. That's why, like, I'm very like, when I love you, like, it takes a minute for me to get there.
Yeah.
You know?
But then when you're there,
it's game on. I'm like, you get it all, and you get it all every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it is like we were talking about earlier, like with being in the sex positive community and LGBTQ, it is like you've learned, because you're so comfortable with yourself, to not care about any other people's expectations, what society expects from you, the norm, quote unquote, like what and that's so freeing.
I feel like as well, like I did have one friend, like we were playing this game and I was like, what are my red flags? And he was like, well, one of your biggest red flags is that you're so hypersexual.
Oh.
And I was like, huh? And he was like, yeah, like some men can't handle that. They don't want their person to be like that.
It's like, well, fuck them men.
I just figured out what I'm going to rant about.
Yay! Oh my God, I'm dead.
Oh, I just popped in my head.
There we go.
Anyway, but yeah, he, and I was just like, well, then I don't want to be around those people.
Yeah.
Cause like, I don't ever want to feel judged for being myself. And it's like, you know, one of my favorite things is like when I do shows, like my fans come up to me and they're like, you have the safest, most freeing, most like inclusive crowd because everyone comes to my shows. Half of them people are fucking naked. And I'm like, cause I'm naked too. Yeah. And they're just like having the greatest time and they don't feel like anyone's looking at them or judging them. But that's the space that I will only stand for. That's the only space that I'll ever create at my shows. Like if I see any, and I've never even had this, but if there was to be any fuckery, I would be like, get the fuck out.
Totally.
You know, and I was doing a show in Portland one time and I heard these two trans girlies talking in the toilet and they were like, we love coming to Gigi's show. I was like, oh my God, like we can't be this free at anyone else's shows. And one girl was like, I'm going to get my tits out. I want her to sign my tits. Oh my God. And I'm just like in the bathroom, like crying.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm right here.
Because I'm just, because I didn't want to like fuck up the moment.
Totally.
Like I was like,
such a good time.
They were just like talking about me and I'm just like in the bathroom, like drenched in tears. And I'm just like, how like that's like the goal.
Totally. That's so sweet. And that's like just,
and that was like my really like, whoa, like I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not even like, I felt like before I had to try to do it.
Totally.
Now I'm just doing it.
Yeah. And you've created a space where other people can feel safe and like themselves because they see you doing it.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you want to lick someone and they're allowing it, like lick someone.
Freaking
and
lick them.
Lick it all up, you know? Like a lot of my fans want me to spit in their mouths and I can't do it anymore because of COVID, but like I like love spit. Like I love like body horror. I love bodily fluids. I love all of it. Like, you know?
It is interesting once you get to the point where you're like so okay with yourself, so confident in yourself, and you do see other people being judgmental.
I'm just like, get out.
But I also have like I've been there almost. So I almost have like a empathy for sure. Like, you don't have to live this way. You don't have to be this sad. Like,
it's really like whatever you're feeling right now, that jealousy or that judgment, go and work on that for yourself. Go and explore that and understand why you're feeling like I remember like, you know, like back in the day when I would get like, I'm not a jealous person at all, but like when I was like, didn't understand what love was, I would get jealous of like my boyfriend talking to a girl and I like a really pretty girl. And I would be like, why is he talking to her? Like I'm the only girl that he should be talking to. And I'm like, oh, the only reason why I was so jealous because I thought she was beautiful. And I'm like, and at that point I didn't love myself. And I was like, okay, cool. So that came down to me wanting to feel beautiful. So all I had to do was figure out the things that make me feel beautiful.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And then
it just fucking went away.
Yeah, and then it goes
and
away
I'm like, and then
you're
it's
much
like,
happier.
Yeah, and then I'm like, damn, like, I don't feel that. Like, now, like, you know, if I'm dating a guy and they're talking to a hot girl, I'm just like, hell yeah, go get that. Yeah, like, you know, and I'm like, she's so hot. Like, let's fucking go. And usually it's me coming up to them. I'm like, you're so pretty. Yeah, you know,
totally.
Like, yeah, and I'm a big believer in, like, when you think something is great or when you think something is beautiful, be vocal about it. Like, the amount of times, 100%. Like, I love it when people tell me I'm hot. Like, I love it when people tell me I'm pretty. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck would I not tell everyone that I think is beautiful and pretty? You know, like I stop girls on the street, I stop guys on the street, and I'm just like, damn, you're so pretty.
And they probably then have the best day ever.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my God.
Yeah, me?
You know, like, or like when I'm checking out at like Trader Joe's or something like that, like I love talking to people and being like, you know, understanding people, because I feel like that's like the whole reason is like connecting and like,
Totally.
you know.
And the Trader Joe's, they're trained to be flirty. The
They
cashiers
are, aren't they?
Yes, they're literally told to be
I was always
flirty.
like, oh, they love me in
Yes,
there.
I felt so special. And then I
I'm
found that out.
like, oh no, they're just supposed to flirt with me. Okay, cool.
But you know what? I'll fall for it every time.
Yeah, literally, me too. I'm like,
welcome
I'll
it.
flirt back. Let's play.
Before we get into Send It to the Sewers, what do you want people to take away from this album, October 22nd?
Yes.
And
Well, it's called Spit Love. And basically, if you've like ever, you know, I've said it before, but if you've ever been like repressed or like been told that you're too big or, you know, not understanding like who you are, just put it on, listen to it, vibe with it, dance to it, punch to it, fuck to it. There's so many things that you can do to it. And just like, I don't know, I hope it helps you rediscover yourself.
totally. A lost art is like dancing in the mirror. Like I feel
I
like
do it
I
all the
did that.
time.
You do it now.
do it all
I
the
did it in
time.
like middle school and high school and stuff, and I feel like I got
with
away
your,
from it.
like your deodorant stick.
Totally. You're like, am I
Yeah.
Beyonce?
Yeah, literally.
And I feel like I got away from it a little bit, but when you go back to those things that made you happier when you were a kid and
me
younger,
and my girlfriends now, and like my gays, we're in the mirror. We're always dancing before we leave. Like my house is like usually where everyone comes to like pregame, and then we'll go out. Before we leave, we're all dancing.
I love it.
We get into the car
so
with
fun.
way too much energy.
Yeah, and
you know?
these songs are definitely good for that. Like they're
Thank
gonna
you.
fuel people. They're gonna feel energetic. They're gonna feel ready to go. They're gonna feel sexy. They're gonna feel empowered. I can't wait. I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me too. And now getting into Send It to the Sewers. Do you want to rant? Do you want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
Mine's at the top of my head.
Okay,
so
yeah, you do it.
So let me rip. So I recently saw this thing, right? And it was a post that was about Charlie Kirk. And he was talking about how if women are wearing like scandalous clothes, aka a bikini, that men have the right to talk down on them and basically mistreat them because they are wanting people to mistreat them because of what they're wearing.
That's so insane.
And I was like, so you're saying a woman shouldn't be wearing a bikini to the beach or shouldn't be showing off her body anyway? And if she is showing off her body and anyway, that allows men to mistreat them.
That's horrible.
I like saw it and I'm so triggered by this because I saw it from someone that I know.
Oh no, that was the worst, finding out people that you know were supporters.
And I threw my fucking phone across the room. I said something to this person, threw my phone across the room, and I like went and did a hot yoga class because I was so heated. I just don't understand. And I never really speak on politics or anything like that because I'm a foreigner in this country. So, you know, in my visa, I'm not actually allowed to.
Oh my God.
But something like that it's like everything that I stand against. Like
Totally.
to the core. It's like having to act a type of way so that the straight white men like feel better about themselves or feel like they still have control.
I'm retweeting, I'm snapping, I'm doing all the things. I'm supporting. That's such a good rant, and I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And it's disgusting. I saw a tweet the other day that was some guy tweeted like, "Girls, I hate when you wear you know, like gym clothes that are like so tight or revealing to the gym because it leaves nothing to the imagination." I was like, I don't want you to be imagining me.
Why?
Like, why? I don't exist for you to sexualize me and for you to depend my worth on sexualizing me.
Why the fuck are you looking at us then?
Yeah.
We don't want you to look at us. Do you really think that we're doing that for you? That is for us. And the second people start to understand that,
sexuality is empowered in yourself.
It's just for you. It's for no one else other than you. And it's like, the second you understand that, it's like, the world will be a much better fucking place. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I don't know, it makes me like want to fucking punch a wall. Like
totally.
It's just everything that I'm just like, it is just so wrong. It is just so wrong.
Well, and that's why I think Sabrina, to bring it all back to the queen, Miss Polly Pocket.
Miss Polly Pocket, I love it. I love it.
She's so great because her quote unquote sexuality that she's presenting is not for the male gaze, like at all. Like men aren't sexualizing her really. No. Like I think because she's just doing it for her and just doing this is what I think is hot. This is what I think is pretty. And then the females, we all see it and we're like, oh my God, she's like totally herself and we love it. And now she's so hot and so gorgeous.
But some people are like, oh, she's talking way too much about sex. And like, that's how we reproduce. That's how we're fucking here. If we can't talk about that, then we shouldn't even exist. Yeah. Like we have to have open conversations about sex. So things that like rape and all the dark shit doesn't fucking happen. So we understand.
Because it happens when we don't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it's the statistics are like 1 in every 3 women have been raped.
Yeah, it's
really fucking bad. But we're told like not to talk about it.
Yeah, and that's why we're told, because then they don't want us to tell on them, basically.
Exactly. And it's another thing is just to gain fucking control.
Totally. That leads me to my send into the sewers. My send into the sewers is people who are anti-gossip, because gossip is just a way to spread like awareness. Hey, that guy's a bad guy. Yeah. Like he did some creepy things. Let's watch out for him. I think the patriarchy is anti-gossip, and they're trying to keep us down by like not having us a community together about, or like kiki together about like what is wrong that like men are doing, so they can keep getting away with it.
If we start to have a bigger voice, then it's like,
mm-hmm. What are they going to say? Yeah. Are my actions now going to be like under a microscope?
Can I get away with it?
Can I get away with it? Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't understand, and this is one of the reasons why I really, really want to have kids one day, is because like, I think that the most important thing in the world at all, I think the most important thing in the world is to bring children into this world and make the world a better place. And I think that, like when I do have kids, like I know exactly how I'm going to raise them, and I really want to raise them in the right way, which is like, which I think is the right way. I don't really know what I was going with that, but
No, and I feel like we need people like you and people who get it
like you.
To raise. I've devoted just to dogs. I've decided recently, but who are going to raise more people like that.
When people ask me, do I want to have kids? I'm like, hell yeah, I do. And they're like, oh, why? And I was like, because I want to raise good people.
Totally.
And I think that like
we need good people.
Yeah, I think that like the world right now is in just such a weird place, and it's like. It's just like it's just becoming Handmaid's Tale all over again. And it's just like
are in an empathy crisis. Like we need just people to be raised with empathy.
Yeah,
seeing other people as people.
For real, it's like, when did that become not a thing?
It's so crazy.
It's like I'll never understand it, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's really crazy, and I have 2 dogs now. But they are woke kings. They have lots of empathy.
I have a cat called Satan.
Yeah. Also a woke king.
And she's a woke little queen.
She's a woke queen. Sorry, I did not mean to misgender her.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Satan could be a man or a woman.
Exactly. Satan is a lady in my eyes.
I love it. And where can the people find you? Thank you so much for coming on the podcast and chatting with me today. You're so great to talk to, and like so fun and so refreshing.
Thank you.
Because you're just yourself, and I love it.
Thank you.
Where can people find you? Find your album?
Just Gigi Magree. It's letter G, Magree.
Check her out. Okay. Bye, feral friends. We'll see you next week, and thank you so much, Gigi, for being here.
Thank you.